Good evening, guys. It is April 9th, 2017. It is Palm Sunday. We want to bring you John McCain's reaction to this because it is very telling for how we know that it wasn't the right thing to do. It's very simple.
Well, here's the thing. He goes on to say that they're blaming everybody. Putin, Assad, and now
it's Trump's fault.
Now
we knew it was going to get back to Trump. Always.
Poor guy.
Right over there. That's good.
Who had wished that they'd cratered the runways. Based on your assessment of the damage that was taken from the U.S. military action, what kind of a signal do you think that sent to President Assad?
Well, I think the fact that we acted was very important, and I support the president's action. And I've been told...
Somebody that has come out against Trump from day one won't ever lay off of him. And now he's saying, I support the president's actions.
That there were some recommendations to take out all 6 places that the Syrian Air Force
He wanted them to take out all 6 at one time.
Operates out of. But now that they're flying again, basically within 36 hours, is not a good signal. But I would point out, taking out all their support facilities doesn't let them fly with any consistency. But the signal that they're able to fly almost right away out of the same facility indicates that I don't think we did as thorough enough job, which would have been cratering the runways. And
pause that. All right, so we launched how many missiles?
59.
How many hit?
23.
And we didn't accomplish anything, essentially. Now, how much did those missiles cost a piece?
$1 million.
$1 million. So if Trump's just trying to show a strong arm, that was one expensive strong arm that didn't do anything besides kill 6 people.
Yeah, and we can crater them again too.
Do you think the administration did anything to encourage this behavior by the Syrians by saying that the Syrian people would determine Assad's fate and that removing him is not a priority, things that were said before the use of chemical weapons?
I think it probably was partially to blame. And
Donald Trump saying the Syrian people will decide their own future is partially to blame for the chemical attacks. Here's John Stinky McCain,
who can't
once again
lay off the rhetoric. So here he is supporting Trump, and then now he's not supporting
He basically said, Donald Trump, this is all your fault. You did this.
Yeah.
Come on. And so that's really what I wanted to show you guys, is this guy is a snake. He's a slithering snake, and he goes up to Donald Trump and says, hey, buddy, you did a good job. Let's do some more. We want regime change. Take out everything. And by the way, you know what? Your rhetoric, when you said we should let the Syrian people decide their own future, you allow these chemical attacks to happen so that the bodies of dead babies is on your lap, buddy.
You guys, you can't listen to a word that John McCain says.
Liar!
But at the same time, you can. You can take what he says and realize that he's lying.
Liar.
And then there you find the truth. And so it's so unfortunate that people want to back and support Trump so much. And guess what, guys? We do too. We back and support Trump. Okay, but in case you didn't watch all our other videos and you're clicking on this one because it's the shortest.
And by the way, either our military is incredibly inept, because I heard one military analyst say that we can get those missiles within a meter of the intended target.
Right.
And so I watched the people, some people's houses, there were missiles that went right in between houses. There was a lot of missiles all over the place and hurt some buildings, but no civilians, thank God, died. So we either have duds for missiles like an EpiPen that went bad, right? Or they are within a meter, could see where everybody was at one time and sent them off, because they were people. These missiles went into, like, through houses, like in housing areas. I mean, some of them landed there. So they either landed them like trying not to hit people, like on purpose.
This is the most ridiculous.
It's really insane. Either our military is incredibly inept or incredibly accurate. I haven't
Exactly.
decided yet.
And that's the thing that we have to address.
And they weren't really trying to take out the air base.
Right. But there again, it was a very expensive, strong showing of power, and we have to come back to the fact that John McCain is happy about this, that Hillary Clinton is happy about this, that they are all liars, they all have an agenda. This is all about power, it's all about regime change, it's all about the fact that George Soros just likes the fact that he can start wars and change regimes wherever he wants to. And it's all about a gas line that wants to go through Syria, and Assad is saying no.
Right.
Okay, that is exactly what this is about. John McCain, as much as he's been fed the line, he's been said, listen, you have to support this.
I don't know if everybody
he still
knows
can't
that
not
about the gas line.
attack Trump. So that's what, at the end, he has to
Zero
attack
Hedge
Trump.
has a really good article. Again, I can't always link them. Sometimes I forget. But you can Google it, Zero Hedge Pipeline Syria, and it'll show you. There's a proposed, right now, Russia is providing natural gas into Europe. So Russia's kind of partnering with Syria so that there's this other pipeline that I guess something with Halliburton and the Exxon Mobil and the United States interests want to be able to be providing natural gas into Europe. So Europe has a big stake in as well, and the whole UN. There's a lot of countries that have stake, and it's about not oil this time, but natural gas and a natural gas pipeline. And so there you have it.
It's not about babies.
Right.
It is not about babies that have had chemical burns. John McCain does not care about babies having chemical burns. This guy is he is such a snake. You can't trust a word
There's
out
a
of his mouth.
multifaceted thing. Obviously, ISIS is ISIS and just wants to take over the world and take over Syria. But then there's other people who prey on instability in areas, and one of the instabilities that they're preying on is this natural.
And the globalists have always done
pipeline.
this. They have always funded wars. They've always gotten rich off of wars, and they've always capitalized on, like Leah just said, on instability. And it literally goes back to people like George Soros, Ford, Carnegie, Rockefeller. We have covered all of that, and it literally is all tied together.
Right.
It's kind of like at this point, the Army versus Navy battle. So you've got the globalists on one side and the globalists on the other side, kind of fighting for who's going to win. But it doesn't matter. And then you've got the rest of us fighting for justice.
And it goes back to our dependency on natural gas and oil, and so much that people are willing to kill for it. It goes back to World War II, where you have Standard Oil, and they are providing parts to the people who were funding Hitler.
Right.
And so you always in war, it's always about money. And right now, there's huge money because all of us need energy, and so whoever controls energy can always have a profit.
Why did we go to war in Iraq and search for those weapons of Afghanistan and weapons of mass destruction?
There's a lot of interesting things going on, and a lot of people, trillions of dollars later, are really rich off of people dying.
Yeah.
I hate to bring you guys this kind of stuff. It's really hard, and I love his face behind me the whole time.
That's fantastic.
Like some sort of monster. He and George Soros have the same exact look.
Of death.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, this is Leah Michelle signing off once again for Resistance Chicks, where it is not just a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications, and find us on Facebook and Twitter. We love you guys. God loves you. God bless. We will see you back here hopefully again tomorrow.
Maybe we'll have some good news.
And hopefully we'll bring some happy news for you.
Awesome stuff to bring you.
I was cold all alone, no place for home every day, so afraid, but you called my name.